Hello everyone, this is Puppy from M14 coming back with another video. Real quick, I want to go over taking over cities in Frost. So we have to place these altar stones. For this city, we're going to need 5. So at a certain time, you want to make sure your talents are set to make sure the march speed is reduced. You want to start relocating about a minute to 30 seconds left. Just in case, I'm going to do a 30-second relocation. Not 30, or at 30 seconds. Well, I'll do it about here. Here is fine. And then once you start your relocation, go ahead and set your battle talents on, and also make sure all of your troops are recalled and prepared. Real quick, I'm gonna try setting this to assembly charge and combo, and then for Lewis, I'll just put in fully prepared. And also for Khan, I'll put in I'll just put in unyielding just for a little bit more damage. So I'm gonna hit this for a while. And also the best place to hit if you're one of the stronger players, try to get this bottom right corner here because you hit this bottom right if it doesn't bug, of course. If you park bottom right and also hit bottom right of the city, it is the fastest path. I'm not sure why they developed it this way. Maybe they could fix it to where it doesn't matter if you're on where KSA is here on the bottom, or if Ruby is hitting this corner here, Kaboom's hitting this corner here, so on and so forth. It shouldn't matter. Like for some reason, the other 3 corners, it it doesn't hit as fast. And it's a pretty significant difference as well. Another key note that I forgot to mention is when you start your relocation, make sure you choose the snow to get about 10 to 11 minutes of relocation, because if you do it in the grass here, it is not going to be as long. Make sure it is 10 to 11-minute relocation time. Alright, when you get to this portion, you want to make sure you're using your first and second marches to hit the garrison. Your third and fourth march, when they hit, will not do as much. It is a significant difference in losses for the garrison that you're hitting when it comes to just killing units. When you look at your troop losses, they're all about the same, but when it comes to defenders defeated, it is very significantly less than your first 2 marches. So make sure you are using your first 2 marches, or even your first march if your second one is not that strong. It is very, very important. When you get to about 50 to 100 garrisons left, go ahead and get ready to start placing your altars. So with how altars work, you have to place them and make sure that the ring is circling around. The ring for this is circling around the city. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're gonna make one more. All right, we got our 5. Also, very key to garrison these. Distance does not matter. As long as it reaches the city, it will do the same amount of damage. What is going to make a difference with damage is garrisoning the towers. So you want to, just in case, go ahead and just make a note for the Alliance to garrison the altar stones. And it should take 4. If you want to be safe, do 5. These are our maxed out altar stones. As you can see, it's taking it down pretty quick. And while we're waiting, let's look at the report real quick. So these four here are just my main marches hitting. About 1,600 deaths on my second march, 136,000 killed. It's decent. On my main march, 3,000 deaths, almost 400,000 killed. Pretty decent. Now, if you take your less significant march, look how many defenders are dead. It's only 3,000 with 1,700 dead. If we go to even the victory here, 596,000, 2,000 deaths for 50,000 defenders dead. It's just not worth to send your third and fourth march, especially if you're struggling on troops. What I do, even if my troops are good, I don't even bother sending a third and fourth because it doesn't make much of a difference with hitting the garrison. Send all four to hit your walls and try to park this bottom right corner. But the key thing is you want to send your two marches to the garrisons. Also, you want to make sure that you are relocating with your talent tree that does not have the march reduction, which is where they're working hard here, the relocation bonus. Make sure you have it set to 1 so that's not turned on. Once you start your relocation, turn your PvP talents on. Now wait for the altars to take down the city. All right, we're approaching the altar stones wrapping up the city. All right, the city is taken. You can go and recall all your troops. These will eventually disappear. As you level up your altar stones, it's going to give you these big bonuses here. The big thing is the attack range. So if you do have some players that don't pay attention, they could just not be there. They could be parked. They could have went to bed. Work could have gotten in the way, which is understandable. Life happens. You can place these as far as three castles away. So we have 1, 2, 3. As long as it wraps around the city, as long as this wraps around the city, you can place it. Even here, it's very close, but it looks like the square, it's kind of in the corner there, so it may not do anything. So those are a little tricky. You could place it here. This is actually fine, but here it may not work. So to be safe, you can place it about there, but this is also just not uniform with the parking if everyone parks correctly, which most of the time everyone's pretty good about that. Oh, we got a Chronicle update. You can also, if your KVK is not the most active, I mean, it's pretty active, and you're trying to finish Chronicles, you can drop your own city and retake it, or you can get first dibs on that city for the rewards, which you will get right here. This is your initial rewards for the first time you claim the city. You can also get first awards by dropping another 19 city you already have. If you find this information valuable, please make sure you subscribe. Also, if you're trying to become an R5 in your server, or you are trying to help an R5 better themselves in Legendary Season, make sure to pass the video around. I try to be as helpful as possible in the community. I appreciate you guys. You have a wonderful day. Till next time.